Now, forewarned weather with exclusive cutting-edge technology to help keep you and your family safe.
Well, hey, look at that. We received several photos from viewers showing the northern lights, and this one was pretty dynamite, sent to us from Orion Township.
Wow.
It's not even the best, though. Wait till you see this picture from a viewer in Dexter.
Little pink and green.
Wow.
Yeah, beautiful.
That was just an incredible shot. And all across, how far south, Ashley, did you say they went?
I saw some posts all the way down towards the Ohio River in southern Indiana. Yeah,
wow.
And some pictures
good.
Out of Ohio. So, yeah. But here, I mean, all across Michigan, we had the opportunity. Even areas that had some light pollution. I mean, we saw a couple photos out of Rochester as well. So the northern lights forecast from last night, the KP index reached about a 7, which puts that viewing well into southeast Michigan. And if you're in an area that doesn't have the light pollution south of there, like we just mentioned, had some great shots as well. Some of that to the naked eye, some was more just with the camera on your phone, but nonetheless, it's always great when you get a little treat of the aurora borealis. And so that substorm with that solar flare and the CME kind of calming down, but outside, we have plenty of sunshine to enjoy. So as we take a look at our temperatures, well, we're sitting on either side of 60 at this lunch hour. This is a live look at Metro Airport, and light and variable winds across the board, but we could have some of those wind gusts peaking around 15-20 miles per hour this afternoon, so a little breeze. Forecasted highs for today, though, on par with where we should be, maybe even a degree or two warmer, mid-upper 60s, the forecasted high all across southeastern Michigan. But what we need to talk about, the forecasted lows. You can see a lot of our suburbs will fall into the mid to upper 30s tonight, not necessarily at Metro Airport or in the city, but as you get in those outlying areas, we'll be in the 30s, and this could potentially be our first frost of the season. Now, you might ask, well, you're not talking about freezing temperatures. The air temperature does not have to be freezing to have frost at the surface. That's because the air above the surface takes longer to cool down. So the surface cools first and faster, and frost can form about a 5-degree temperature differential from where that air temp is taken, about 6 feet off the surface, compared to the grassy surface there. So let's talk Tigers tomorrow, because it might be a frosty start in the morning, but the afternoon, picture perfect for October baseball. Mid-60s, sunshine, likely maybe even getting that upper 60s, and so it'll be a sunny and seasonal day over at Comerica Park for a 3:08 first pitch. So pretty calm forecast that we have over the next few days. Let's talk about Milton. So right now, sustained winds 150 miles per hour, Cat 4. Latest track is keeping this a Cat 4, but it still could rapidly intensify before it starts to weaken in the hostile Gulf. And so this latest track will have it as a very strong Cat 3, making landfall at St. Pete and Tampa, and then that track will push past Orlando, just south of Daytona Beach, still as a hurricane, and pushing out into the Atlantic Ocean with hurricane force winds. And so as we are tracking Milton, hurricane warnings on both sides of the peninsula, not just the Gulf side, and the storm surge is going to be the biggest threat with this devastating hurricane. So this was one of the fastest to amplify to a Cat 5. In fact, second only to Wilma, taking 18 hours for that tropical system to reach Cat 5 status. That's the strongest hurricane status you can have. As far as the storm surge, still looking at up to 12, maybe even upward of 12 feet storm surge in the Tampa Bay area, and that includes the barrier islands. And when you have that kind of storm surge, that's devastating. That's going to overtake homes along the Gulf Coast there. That's an abnormal rise of the tide. So just putting that in perspective for you. 18 major hurricanes historically have hit Florida, and that will become the 19th major, which has to be a Category 3 or greater. So bring it back closer home. Our calm stretch, sunny and 60s through Thursday, 70s Friday, back in the 60s this upcoming weekend.